you see ShoWTimE screaming? I was like, oh my god, calm down, Bobby, calm down. But welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the final series of day 1 of the Esports World Cup, EWC 2025 StarCraft 2. Here we go, we're finally here. The final game of today's broadcast, and a shout out to all those at the casting couch over at the main event. Shout out to Rotterdam and State alongside Kalaris as well, as they are going to be jumping on to discuss our final series, ShoWTimE and Cure. Let's go PvT. Meanwhile, there's going to be another series happening concurrently. That is of course going to be the PvP between Hero and Cyan, and that is going to be happening over on the B stream. Shout out to the Muslim, Steadfast, Paolo, Cats alongside Fear Dragon as well, as they are of course going to be bringing that to you live over on the B stream. We ourselves have the main event here, ShoWTimE and Cure, and this is going to be a spicy one. Cure, he has been redefining himself. For those that maybe haven't been watching too much StarCraft this year, Cure in years past was known for being more of a standard player. He was more standard, he was more by the book, he was a little bit more vanilla in his play is what I will say. But if you're watching Cure over the past 4 months, basically since GSL Season 1, Cure, he was almost like pioneering the meta of 2-base all-ins, of just non-stop 2-base all-ins in TvP. We saw that throughout GSL and coming into DreamHack Dallas right after that, just hyper-aggression out of Cure. We'll see if that continues.
I would say I feel pretty good. Obviously a bit nervous as always, but I think nerves are good. You know, you get into the zone hopefully, and I will play well, and yeah, feel good. Match is important because you don't want to lose the first match. It always feels bad. You get in the loser bracket, it ends up being like do or die immediately. So I hope to avoid it and advance. Just have like a more comfortable spot in the bracket, and then have a good match against whoever wins the other match as well. One message for Cure. Sorry, buddy, but you're going down.
Going down. Oh, fighting words, baby. Fighting words. Oh my god. How to ShoWTimE. But yeah, Cure, he has been just so much more aggressive in this matchup. I say that he has been tamed a little bit over the past couple of weeks, over the past month, maybe even 2 months at this point. We were emphasizing just how much PvT has changed over the past 6 months, how in the beginning we saw hyper greed from Protoss players, we saw that switch as Terran players started going for non-stop all-ins, then Protoss players became more defensive in their play, in their openers. They stopped going for 2-gate blink openers and started going into a more dedicated 2-base play instead, and that kind of made sure that the 2-base all-ins died down.
All day long, we've borne witness to the talent, creativity, and execution of some of the best in StarCraft 2. Our next and final match of the day here at the S&B Esports Arena promises more of the same.
More of the same? Maybe. But when the standard is excellence, we'll take more. So, without further ado, let's introduce our final 2 players for the final showdown of the first day here at the StarCraft tournament at the Esports World Cup. It's starring ShoWTimE versus Cure! ShoWTimE with a 3 hot series winning streak of 2-0s, including a win in DreamHack Dallas. Can he continue the hot streak, or will his opponent find the cure?
If anyone can do it, Cure can. He won Wild Series versus Top Protoss in GSL Season 2. But does he have any more tricks in his VP bag for ShoWTimE? Let's send it on over to the casters and I'll find out together.
Here we go. Ooh, our players are getting ready. They are setting up. We'll soon get into our vetoes here. And again, Cure, he has, I should say after that kind of stint at DreamHack Dallas, the meta did shift, and Cure, he has been a lot more standard in his play back once again. And that is the kind of game state where I do favor ShoWTimE. If ShoWTimE, if we can get into a comfortable spot, if we can get into the mid game, that is where ShoWTimE is going to be favored over Cure. But we'll see if Cure has come in prepared. Cure is one of those players that has been playing in less tournaments as of late. He's been hiding his preparation, hiding his builds. I'm curious if he does go back into his bag of tricks, into those all-ins, or if he does indulge in the new style, new meta of PvT, which is a little more mid-game oriented. Our eyes are on Cure. I mean, our eyes are really going to be on the vetoes initially. We expect maps like Pylon and Ultralove to be vetoed. We expect some of the larger maps to be vetoed as well. So we'll see what the veto process looks like and where we end up. We have yet to experience Last Fantasy tonight. And I'm hoping, I mean, we most likely will see Last Fantasy in the best of 5s, but it would be fun to see it at the end of the broadcast in the best of 3s. We'll see. We'll see if our players are spicy enough to actually allow for that to happen. If they allow it through the vetoes. Oh boy. Catching up. Just wants to crush things. Ah, no. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no key crushing today. Not anymore. Only in the play-in stage. Tomorrow is going to be when we have more elimination matches and more elimination rounds. That will be tomorrow. I should update the stream title as well. True, true. Here we go, our players are setting up. Hand warmers popping up. And again, I could be mistaken, but I feel like today's broadcast has been breezing by. Maybe I'm just too used to like dream hacks where we have like 12 to 14 to 15 hour streams. But this feels very tame in comparison, which I appreciate, to be honest. Like 8 hour, 9 hour, 10 at most casting days. Like, yo, I can get used to this. It's nothing. Again, we're 8.5 hours in. 8.5 hours into the broadcast. We can keep going, man. It's only what? It's only what? Almost 4 a.m. Almost 4 a.m. in the morning. We're fine, baby. We're fine. I was ready for like up to an 8 a.m. cast. One-third of the chance of spawning with less money just seems awful. True, but like that doesn't stop players from embracing Last Fantasy on some of these other in some of these other formats in longer series. "4 a.m. is peak light hours." Oh no. I was able to get like a 2-hour nap before the cast. 2 hours. So I've got some pretty good sleep in me. We're good to go. Good to go. I hope I'm able to maintain myself and my sanity for the rest of the week. That's the one thing that I'm a little bit concerned by, but should be okay. Should be good. Should be good. Looks like our players are getting ready. Oh, unless I missed it, I don't think we've seen the vetoes yet. And we might just skip. Like, I guess we're just skipping the vetoes. Oh my god. Let's go. We're jumping. Wait, what? We're jumping into game 1. Okay. Jumping into Tokamak. Let's go. I saw the red. I was like, Last Fantasy? No. As spawning in the northern corner of Tokamak, we have the German Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Sentinels. It is a ShoWTimE. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Cure. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is a Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Again, this is the final series of tonight's broadcast. The last best of 3 of the evening. Let's go. Let us go. As ShoWTimE is moving out across the map for some scanning information. Welcome one and all to Tokamak. Tokamak is one of the larger maps in that pool, one of the more defensive maps. Again, you do have a much more secure 2, 3, and 4 base setup. You have a longer rush distance by ground, and we expect longer games, which is why, do you see what I see? I see a single gas opener out of Cure. Cure going for a Rax Expand economic start out of the Terran player. Let's go. Does go for an economic opener. As we mentioned, again, Cure, he was hyper aggressive and hyper all in for a period of time this year, but that period has come and gone. So it's come and gone. The meta has shifted, and we do expect more economic starts out of our players and more economic follow-ups, especially on these larger maps. Unfortunately, we don't really know what map 2 and map 3 are. They didn't show us the videos. Oh, but it looks like there is a bit of a pause. Hopefully everything's okay. If there are any tech issues, I'm sure they will be resolved. Whether it's audio, whether it's maybe hotkeys, which can happen, bearing in mind that players, they have to very quickly set up before their match on stage, and they have to make sure their hotkeys are good to go and everything's as it should be. Yeah, sometimes audio, sometimes sound, sometimes repeat rate. Meanwhile, ShoWTimE is locked in. Life's just rejuvenated by the crushings. Oh no. Oh. Okay, we're back. Okay, we are jumping back in. And once again, it was an economic start by Cure, economic opener. Calming things down. From here, we keep an eye on Cure to see if he does go into a standard mine drop opener. He can go into Reaper. I was going to say Reaper Heli, but he does go Marine first. Into an earlier Tech Lab. Okay. You have my attention. Now, remember, okay, a couple things are happening here. It is going to be an economic opener out of Cure. ShoWTimE, he scouted this, he responds to this, and he may move out with Stalkers to punish. Meanwhile, we just see Cure, I believe, going for his earlier Marauder, earlier Concussive Shell. This is designed, never mind, not going for Concussive Shell, going for the add-on swap into Cyclone instead. I was going to say this is designed to punish a player that tries to punish Cure. That is not the case. Not anymore. It does open Cyclone, though. With that, he'll be able to defend against early gateway aggression. Does go for the Cyclone, not for Marauder. Back at home, we do see that ShoWTimE, he doesn't move out across the map. He does not attempt to punish the economy of Cure, instead going for the Hallucination and going for his deck of choice, going for a Twilight Council opener. Let's go. Likewise, we can see ShoWTimE just walling up the natural, being very safe. Does scout the main, does scout the 2-1-1 setup. Cyclone will deny any further scouting. Oh. Meanwhile, we do have the initial medevac on the way. Early medevac here out of Cure. Doesn't go for the add-on swap, at least not in the starport. Cure, he does switch out, and it looks like Cure, he's rushing into early stim. Yeah, very early stim here, assuming that we go for the racks on top of that Tech Lab. And tank production has begun. Medevac is moving out. And there's the add-on swap. Going for those bio upgrades. So this should be an earlier timing and an earlier move out of Cure. For now, he starts off with the drop. Hallucination will confirm that Stim is on the way. Does confirm the Tech Labs. So nice scouting here by ShoWTimE. Meanwhile, Cure is boosting in. Does find a pylon, not bad. Blink is not yet done. Pylon goes down. Nice little pick off here for Cure. Very nice. As Curie pulls away, now going to be reinforcing. He's still waiting for Stim. Stim is halfway done. And again, Curie, he wants to hit with Stim. So he's almost there. As he's massing up his army on top of the ramp. It's going to be up to ShoWTimE to slow this down. Pokes in. Does poke in, does spot the army. The boys are being pulled, and Curie commits to the all-in. Yeah, he's going for the 2-base all-in, and again, this is hitting with Stim, hitting with early tanks. ShoWTimE is now aware. He's going to try to slow this down. He does get first blood, I suppose. I guess, true. He's off the first SCV. More SCVs going down. Again, nice kiting here by ShoWTimE. As he gets zoned away from his own bases. Going for the first tank. First tank goes down. Very nice pickup. Takes down a tank. There's one tank left. And barely any SCVs. ShoWTimE has been warping and Zealous back at home. Trying to catch reinforcements. Cure does notice. He pulls away. And I don't think Cure has enough here. It's going to be close. That is a lot of Marines, though. It's a lot of Marines, a lot of bio. Stalkers are coming in from behind. They attempt to collapse in. Yeah, tank goes down. And with that, ShoWTimE holds. ShoWTimE, he does hold on. Kiting back. Again, so crucial, so important that ShoWTimE was able to engage ahead of time and just slow down the push. Just pick away at the Marines. Pick away at the tank count as well. And I mean, the Cure had that much left to commit. And remember, he pulled the boys. Like again, Cure, he's all in. He's all in here. He's going to keep going. Does reinforce with 2 more tanks. Does catch 1 Immortal. Massive pickup. Gets 1. Takes on 1 Immortal. Stimming on forward. Going for the pylon. Depowers the gateways. Ay, ay, ay. And more boys have arrived. You can see them on the map. More boys are coming in. Tanks get surrounded. Ooh, both tanks go down. The boys are here, but is it too late? Ah, it's so close. Can Cure end it? Can he end the game? There's 1 tank left. Nah, it looks like he has. Yeah, it looks like Cure, he barely has enough. Takes down the Immortal, gets 1, gets 2. And 2 Immortals go down. Probes are falling. And Cure, he barely breaks the back of ShoWTimE. Again, so crucial as well that ShoWTimE didn't have these gateways. Look at the bank. Like, look at the bank here from ShoWTimE. He has money, but he has no gateways. He cannot spend his money. He cannot warp in. He just needs more time, needs more warp-ins. As the army is overstimmed. Takes down the final tank. But none of Zealots. Yeah, none of Zealots, none of Chargelets here. To hold on. The Marines are overstimmed, but hey, they're still alive. I say that. Catching out another tank. Oh, never mind. Jesus. Hot pickup. Saves the tank. And Cure has done it. Cure, he has done it. Again, going back to basics, back to what he does best, which is 2 base all in. And with that, he goes for the main. And again, ShoWTimE was doing everything right, doing everything well. Unfortunately, the gateways got depowered, right? So he had less warp-ins. The Immortal got caught as well. So again, Cure able to force some mistakes out of his opponents, and with that, yeah, he should overwhelm. ShoWTimE is down to 16 probes, down to 1 base economy. ShoWTimE desperately trying to hold on. It does catch a reinforcements, okay. ShoWTimE defense was impressive. It was impressive. It was impressive for sure, especially against the first wave of aggression, but it was the second wave, right? The second wave got him. As you can see here, ShoWTimE is cleaning up the army, but here comes another army from behind. ShoWTimE will also clean this up as well. Okay. Takes down the tanks, takes down the Marines. But it's the economy. The problem here is that Cure, he can still keep going. He can still build up an army. ShoWTimE cannot. ShoWTimE is now broke. Again, more gateways being depowered. As more boys are being pulled. Este Cure. He just wants him out, Pop. He just wants him out. Get him out of here. As Force Wheels, they do slow down the push, but again, there's only 2 Stalkers. Yeah, there's 2 Stalkers left. GG gets called, and Cure, he will take game number 1. Whew, GG. GG, well played. A 2-base all-in, which I should emphasize once again, ShoWTimE, he saw it. He saw it coming ahead of time. ShoWTimE, he was aware of the all-in, and ShoWTimE, he was doing a really great job at slowing it down. Remember, he was able to kill 11 SCVs, a tank, and a handful of Marines before the all-in actually hit. It was really nice unit control out of ShoWTimE, but we saw that when it came to the actual defense of the bases, the SimCity was working against him. He had a really awkward setup. He bled out a couple of units too much. He bled out the Immortals. I mean, losing both Immortals was a brutal start for ShoWTimE when it came to that defense, and it meant that the follow-up, the second wave of the all-in, that's what broke ShoWTimE. That's what broke him. That's what was able to snowball out of control. Not the first wave, but the second. And again, Curie just kept going. He just kept going. He just kept pulling the boys. Pulled the boys the second, and even a third time towards the end. And ShoWTimE was eventually broken. And with that, Curie takes the lead. And we'll see if this trend continues. If you recall, we mentioned earlier how Cure, he did nothing but all-in for a good month of time earlier this year. Then he kind of got tempered and he pulled back with that. Now we might be back to that though. Now we back to our roots, back to non-stop all-ins. Let's go, as we're going to be jumping into game 2 on ley lines. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of ley lines, we have our German Protoss player. It's going to be ShoWTimE. And spawning in the right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran. It is a Cure. Here we go. Go as we're getting into our next game, and oh my god, Cure does open up with the proxy racks. Let's go. We have a proxy racks across the map, double gas opener out of Cure, so much more committed, much more aggressive out of our Terran player. And ShoWTimE, he will scout. He will confirm that the racks is missing. The racks is nowhere to be found. Does confirm both gases as well. Is where it is not an economic start, and he is searching for the racks. And Curie's committed. Yeah, he's just going for the one. So game 1 we had a 2-base all-in. Here in game 2 we have a 1-base all-in. Going racks into proxy factory, into most likely proxy starport as well, sending everything across the map. And one way or another, the game will end. Either he will kill ShoWTimE or he will die trying, as he is not holding back. He's back to his animalistic ways. Let's go. Este Cure. And again, we saw a lot of this from Cure during GSL Season 1 and during DreamHack Dallas, but since then, as I mentioned before, like Cure, he backed off. Players got better and better at defending against these all-ins, but maybe players have gotten a little bit too complacent. I mean, I want to say that, but at the same time, like, again, I was still very impressed by ShoWTimE in game 1. Like, that was a really close game. It was a really close game. It was really clutch. It was not a one-sided all-in by any means in game 1. But here, proxy tank, waiting for the starports. I believe this should be for I would imagine a Viking to help support, just to make as much units as possible. But we'll see. Medevac. Okay, going for the Medevac, not the Viking. So he will have a little bit of micro potential. He can sustain his Marines. A couple of boys are being pulled. And here comes Cure. As ShoWTimE is setting with the second shield battery, the army is now revealed. ShoWTimE, he failed to scout the proxy. Oof. And the production's exposed. Yeah, he takes down the Artosis pylon. Oh god, he cannot warp in. He has no production. He has 0 production. The gateway is depowered. The second pylon is going to be under fire. Cybercore as well, which means no more stalkers, even if gateways get up and running. And ShoWTimE can't make anything. Like he just can't make anything. He cannot warp in, he cannot produce. We have another backup gateway on the way. Yeah, ShoWTimE, he knows that like it's checkmate. Just because the production's being camped. Check ShoWTimE, he just can't do anything here. As he has a Robo on the way, so he can try to slow warp in an Immortal. He has a backup gateway on the way, so he can make 1 unit at a time. GG gets called, and with that, a 10-minute game, a 10-minute series even, as Cure, he does cheese the hell out of ShoWTimE. GG. Cure, you're an animal. GG, well played. Proxy 1-1-1. Proxy tank, 1 base all in. Does sneak up on the main base, gets on top of the production, depowers everything, which means ShoWTimE couldn't make anything. He just could not make anything, he could not produce, and with that, Cure will claim the series. Congratulations. Congratulations here to Cure. He will claim the series. My condolences to ShoWTimE. Again, game 1 was so close. Like, I still want to give praise to ShoWTimE. Game 1, I was so impressed by his defense. It still barely wasn't enough because a couple of mistakes were made here and there, but it was still a very clutch, very intense game. Here in game 2, it was more one-sided. It was all more one-sided. ShoWTimE, he missed the proxy. He was searching. He was trying to figure out what was going on. He went for a proxy pylon across the map, made it look like he wasn't really convinced. It was too committed. He wasn't expecting a proxy 1-1-1. GG. GG, well played. Cure, he will claim it. Very fast series.
I wondered if Cure was going to pull out something creative, and then we got that game on Leyline. So when did you decide to pull out the 1-1-1?
I kind of want to know about game 1, but sure.
해가지고 이번에 맞춤식으로 준비했는데 이번에도 본진 입구를 막아줘서 좀 잘 통했던 것 같아요.
Yeah, so I noticed that ShoWTimE blocks the ramp, so I noticed that 1-1-1 or even all-in builds kind of work that easy, so I think I prepared for that.
We have seen so many impressive matches from you recently against Protoss. Do you think the other Protoss in this tournament have a lot to fear going up against you?
I wanted them to ask about game 1, but sure.
이제 그 많은 다른 프로토스 선수들을 만나야 되는데 이 다른 프로토스 선수들 상대로도 좀 이렇게 많은 비장의 무기를 좀 준비하셨을까요?
아무래도 빌드는 한계가 있다 보니까 좀 많지는 않지만 그래도 아직 여러 개 남아 있어서 아직 여유는 있는 것 같아요.
I mean, yeah, there is a kind of a limit of the builds that you can prepare, but that being said, I still have some in my sleeve, so I think you can, I think you can prepare for that. I don't know, like, yeah, I still have something on my sleeve.
Well, I love to see the confidence on your face. Those are quick matches. You've got a lot of energy left for the rest of this tournament. So how are you feeling about your odds here in Riyadh?
이제 또 많은 또 경기를 아직까지 좀 치르셔야 되기 때문에 또 앞으로에 대한
Not gonna lie.
경기에 대해서 좀 예측.
I think this is the first time that Seltzer has asked a third question. I think it's to pad time.
앞으로 있을지 좀 궁금합니다. 본인이 예상하시기에 좀 어떤 경기를 좀
It's like
치르실
it was a fast series. We got to drag this out a little bit longer.
좀
It's like,
준호
okay.
형이랑 힘든 경기를 많이 했었거든요. 2번 만나서 2번 다 지기도 했었고 이번에 또 만나게 된 것 같은데 이번에는 꼭 극복하고 싶네요.
Yeah, I faced against Hero 2 times last year, and I lost to him last year, so I really want to get a revenge.
Excellent. We'll be looking forward to that for sure. Let's send it back to the studio and take one last look at those games.
He wants revenge on Hero. May you knocked him out of IM Katowice last year. What are you talking about? Let's go. So we have our highlight reel. Of course, that was the final series of this broadcast. We might be getting some highlights from the other series, from Hero versus Lancer, from Hero versus Cyan. They might still be mid-series. It's possible that their series was a little bit longer than this one. Again, this is a short match. Exclamation mark B in the chat to have a look at the bracket yourselves. Never mind, it's already over. Oh my god, how fast were these games? Hero took down Cyan 2-0. That series was even faster than our one. How? How is that possible? How fast were those games? That's PvP, I suppose. Crazy. But they are going to be going over, I believe they're going to be going over the final standings, the final group, the tally, what everything looks like, and the upcoming matches for tomorrow's broadcast, which should be the qualifying matches. Best of fives tomorrow, best of fives. But okay, they'll be going over that schedule. See in the chat, he's in the animal pap. He is. Cannon rushes, maybe. They want to go to bed early today. I mean, it's a big day tomorrow. Like again, I'm a little bit. How should I put this? I'm left a little bit wanting. Like I'm a little bit left unsatisfied just because it was purely best of threes today. Like I love all these games, I love all these players, but I wanted a little bit more out of them. We only got best of threes, but that's what tomorrow kicks in. Best of fives. Best of fives are going to be tomorrow. That is where we have the bigger, longer series. We have more of a back and forth where one small misstep, one small mistake, one all in doesn't cost you the series. You have a little bit more breathing room and a bigger chance for comebacks in these back and forths as well. So I'm going to be looking forward to it quite a lot. Going to be looking forward to those best of fives. As now that I check, I believe every series tomorrow is at least a best of five. Basically, the elimination matches in the group stage and the qualifying matches are all best of fives, and that's all that's remaining in the groups. So yeah, non-stop best of fives. And yep, there it is. We do have today's final standings here from the play-ins. Bjorn took down Estrella 2-1. Lambo took down Gabe 2-0. And we had Bjorn being the first player to make it through into the groups over Lambo. And then Gabe was the first to eliminate Estrella in the play-in stage. Likewise, Gabe eliminated Estrella. He also eliminated Lambo. Gabe, so far, the only player to knock down some players, to knock out some players. And he was able to bring down both Lambo and Estrella. Then we had our final group stages, group matches. And here we go. We have tomorrow's series here. We have Clem. Clem takes down Bjorn. Clem is up against Solar in the first qualifying match in the best of five. Meanwhile, Rainer versus Maru. Oh my god, that's gonna be a spicy one, Papi. Oh my god. I'm still not entirely convinced by Maru's TVZ currently, but we'll see. We'll see how those series do pan out. Likewise, for Group B, we have a Hero versus Cure in that rematch, and Classic versus Cyril, another rematch as well. Like there's a lot of history between a lot of these players. Classic versus Cyril, that's a DreamHack Dallas rematch. Hero versus Cure, that's an I Am Katowice rematch as well. So once again, these top players, they face off, they find each other in the Esports World Cup. When it comes to the elimination matches, we have Bjorn versus Xian, Shin versus Trigger, Cyan versus ShoWTimE, and Rogue versus Hero Marine. Tomorrow we will be saying goodbye to what is that? 4, 6, 8. 8 players. 8 players are going to be eliminated tomorrow, and tomorrow we will confirm the players for the playoffs. Bearing in mind that day 2 is going to be us wrapping up the group stage for the most part. Most of the matches, not all of them. Looks like we're going to be wrapping up the upper qualifying matches tomorrow and some of the elimination matches, and then day 3 is going to be qualifying matches and then the quarterfinals, and then day 4, that'll be the semis, the finals, and third place match. I feel like they didn't really emphasize that, but it's also important to bear in mind. It's important to bear in mind that this year we have something special, something different that is quite rare, I want to say, in these big premier events. There's a bronze match. That's a rare sight. That doesn't often happen. Sometimes in some online tournaments we have a bronze match, but for offline, big offline events, that doesn't really occur. So yeah, we get a bronze match as well. Have that bronze match. Final's gonna be on Friday. Yes. 4 days. 4 days of StarCraft, 4-day event. Meanwhile, a big shout out to Silly W in the chat. How did I miss that notification? I just notifications weren't on, unfortunately. But thank you so much. For subscribing for 6 months, half a year support. Thank you. Day one. Degen day one. Classic versus Zero is going to be a banger. Hopefully it will be 100%. 100%. I mean, you can't go wrong with the matches, right? Like, what do we have? Let me just double check again. Clem, Solar, Rainer, Maru, Hero, Cure, Classic, Serral. You could argue that Clem, Solar, would that be one-sided? If you remember, Solar did defeat... yeah. I do think that might be one of the more one-sided series. Like, I rate Clem quite highly, and even Solar wasn't feeling too confident. If you remember, he was like, I hope Clem fears me a little bit. Like, Solar, he was so sad when he found out he was going to be playing Clem. All the other matches I think are going to be really close though. I'm hoping. I think Group A has the potential to be a little bit more one-sided, unfortunately. I think Group A has that potential, but Group B, as was said in the chat earlier, I agree, is some bangers in Group B. Bangers, Pat. Otherwise, for those in the chats, if you enjoyed the broadcast, we're going to be back tomorrow. Most likely with more of the same, with more of this casting. I do plan on either just the final day or maybe the last 2 days to turn this into more of a react stream and actually listen in on the casting and add our own flavor commentary as well. We'll do that for day 3 and day 4. But for the first 2 days, we'll do our own casting. And then we'll lay back and we'll enjoy what the rest of the talent has to offer. Look forward to it, always. The other big thing as well, it was a little bit sad to see Lambo go down as early as he did, but that also means that Lambo can now come onto the casting couch. He'll be able to come onto the stream, and not our stream, but the main stream, to be able to add some analysis, to be able to add some more context or just more insights to certain matches and to certain games. So I do look forward to hearing from Lambo as well. I do think that he definitely has a lot of insight to provide. Also, he did mention how he does plan on coaching Rainer potentially, and giving him a bit of support as well for his upcoming matches. So we might be seeing Coach Lambo once again. Coach Lambo. Daily MVP goes to Big Gabe. Okay, he's the MVP. I mean, he did eliminate 2 players, so makes sense. Big Gabe crushing those keys in between his fingers. The big man himself. Mainstream is on Twitch. !co-stream. Hold on. There we go.
We are here near the entrance of the Esports Boulevard, and as the night falls in Saudi Arabia, it starts to become very lively and populated. The lights are shining everywhere. It is really quite beautiful. To the right, we have a lot of the main stages for other games that are taking place right now alongside StarCraft 2, such as Call of Duty, Honor of Kings, and PUBG Mobile, who are all having their own independent championships, united by the team game that everyone is ultimately playing for. To the left of me are other important areas such as the totem pole that we explored earlier, and way down the line, as this place is truly massive, are a lot of games and attractions that we will be sure to explore tomorrow.
Attractions? What? Give us a tour, Paolo. Give us a tour. Otherwise, here is tomorrow's schedule. We have Beyond vs. Down up first, followed by Rogue vs. Hero Marine. These are elimination matches, by the way. Followed by Solar vs. Clem and Rainer vs. Maru. So we have our initial 4 best of 5s, and then we have another 2. So 6 best of 5s in total. Hero vs. Cure and Classic vs. Serral. 6 matches in total. Interesting that we are starting with the elimination matches. That's where we begin. And again, we'll be casting it here on the channel. Of course, there's still the mainstream going on, and I do want to support that as well. And again, we'll be tuning into the mainstream for day 3 and 4, most likely. Actually, we might just cast all of the group stage, and then when the playoffs begin, then we'll switch. I think that might be the play. That'll be fun. Switch to the playoffs. Dope day of StarCraft. Yeah. So, some highs, some lows. You know, my heart goes out to Max and Lambo. And we'll be saying goodbye to more players tomorrow as well. But again, it's going to be an intense week of StarCraft. Intense week. Otherwise, I believe we're going to be wrapping up here. We'll see if there's another segment. I don't know if like Ravi or Fear Dragon, or we're going to tune into the B stream for a moment. But it looks like Kalash is wrapping up. Looks like he's wrapping up for the day. Good job. Where's the Chase? Hey, Bappy. Good to see. Chase, when are you coming on stream? But yeah, it's good to see you. Good to see you, and thank you so much for watching. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to tune into more of the CranKy Ducklings, and ! Socials in the chat, you'll get a link to all of our socials, to our YouTube, to our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Discord as well. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for some more StarCraft, some more Esports World Cup. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Ciao, papi, ciao, hasta luego. Time to ladder, you're in Hannibal. See you tomorrow.